Hi guys, my name is Eve Mori, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm 16 years old. I'm a rising junior at the Los Angeles County High School for the Arts where I study theater. Thank you so much for joining me in my class and my video today. Today I would like to go over how I go through reading through a monologue when I get assigned one or when I'm doing just a monologue for fun. But first off, monologue is a really hard it's like a hard concept because it can be like a lot of the characters' dialogues together in one paragraph, or it can be like it can be saying a lot of things in just one little monologue, and it's really hard to get into character with one monologue. And so I would like to teach you, when you get assigned a monologue or when you're just reading a monologue for fun, how you can get into character with just the short amount of words you have. So the what's most important is to know your given circumstances. Given circumstances are what makes up the piece, and in order to know your given circumstances, there are these steps you have to go through. But once you know your given circumstances, you know what your character, the character you're reading for, is trying to achieve, or like why they're saying what they're saying, and it just helps you to know and understand your character more. So the very first thing you should see when you get assigned a monologue is to see what genre it is. Um, One of the most huge genre examples are drama or comedy. Drama is more serious, while comedy is like making people laugh. But then there's other ones like romance, sci-fi, historical, horror, musical. For example, Little Mermaid is a musical because it's the people be singing in the show, and so the genre for that is musical. So if I get assigned um, a monologue that Ariel, the first thing I'll notice is, oh, it's a musical because I know Little Mermaid is a musical. And the second thing I should know is the atmosphere. The atmosphere deals with your surroundings. So where are you? Am I outside or inside? And is this day or night? And what time of year is it? And who else is there with you? Atmosphere is really important because, for example, I'll be talking really differently if I'm at a concert compared to if I'm at a library, because at a concert I have to speak more loud for the people around me to hear me. But if I'm at a library, I have to lower my voice a little bit so I'm not being a disruption to other people. That's really important because it changes the way your body language is as well too. If I'm in like a crowded space, my body will be more smaller. But then if I'm by myself, I can be walking more up. So atmosphere is really important, and it also matters what time of day it is, because if it's in the morning, say I'm walking outside in the morning, I can be walking confidently outside. But if it's at night, I have to be a little bit more worried about my surroundings, so because it's more scary at night. And the year is important because everything is always different. 2022 is such a different time zone than like 1980, so that's always important. And then relationship. This correlates with the atmosphere of who you're with. Relationship is always important. Relationship deals with the other person in your scene. So, for example, if I go back to Ariel's monologue again, who's Ariel talking to in this monologue? And it's really important to understand because if she's talking to Flounder, the fish, her best friend, it's a little bit different than how she would talk to her father, King Triton. That's always important because relationship is important because relationships can be siblings, best friends, teachers, parents, enemies, lovers, and it's always important because just like in real life, I'll be talking a little bit differently if I'm talking to, say, my best friend, than I'm talking to a teacher, than I'm talking to my little sister. The tone of the attitude can change, the way you pace your words can be different. If I'm talking to a teacher, I have to be more respectful, and I have to be more I can't give them attitude compared to if I'm talking to my little sister. So it's always important. And for example, Ariel, when she's talking to her father, she gets a little bit more defensive because she wants to break all these rules that her father is not a big fan of. But for Flounder, she just talks to him like a best friend, and it's always like no awkwardness, everything is fine when they're talking, and it's always important. So if it's a lover too, it's better to know So relationship is always important, and you have to know what kind of relationship do they have. So the way I talk to my best friend can be different from the way the character talks to the best friend, because depending on the relationship they have. For example, I can be having a loving relationship with my best friend, but the character I'm reading for is best friend, they can be in a fight. So it's always important to know what is their like status in their relationship. So, you know, Ariel, when she's talking to King Triton at last, her father, it's more of a loving way because her father finally accepted her. But at first, they're more in like a very like fighting way because they're always fighting. So it's always important to know what kind of relationship they're having. And then it's always important to know inciting incident. Inciting incident is the reason this moment is taking place. So to know your inciting incident, you have to know what happened before you started saying this monologue. What happened 30 seconds before, what happened a minute before, what happened even like a week before, a month ago, a year ago. That is leading up to why you're saying this monologue right now. Everything happens because like if the character you're reading for is monologue is like the character is really mad, then you have to understand what made this character really mad before this in order to go up to here. Um, if I were to use Ariel's example, what made Ariel want to sing the part of your world? It's the inciting incident was that she always wanted to go out of the sea and she always wanted to be human. That's like the inciting incident to her singing part of your world. So it's like a build up to why you're saying what you're saying right now. After that, you have to know the opening emotion. The opening emotion is like what it says. It's like what the start of your emotion is when you start saying this monologue. If the character I'm reading, I can start off the monologue being really happy, but then you have to always know the opening emotion because you have to see the difference. By the end of the monologue, the character can be really angry or really jealous. So you have to know the opening emotion to see the differences to make the difference while you're reading the monologue. General emotions can be happy, sad, or mad, but then it can also be like delightful, depressed, jealousy, annoyed, anger, frustrated, those things. It's always important, like I said, so you can know the difference and you can make the change throughout while you're reading the monologue when you get to the end. The next one is pretty important. It's the objective. Objective is a goal that a character wants to achieve. And us humans, we all kind of have like a goal. Right now, I'm saying what I'm saying because my goal right now is to teach the people that's watching this video. So I'm saying this. Ariel, when she's singing Part of Your World, her goal is to become human and get out of the sea. When King Triton says his monologue of when he's getting mad at Ariel, his goal is to protect his own daughter. So objective is always important to know because it's always important to know what your character wants to achieve so you can see why they're saying what they're saying and what they're fighting for. So you can always ask yourself when you get a monologue assigned, you can always ask, what does this character want from this? Why is this, what do they want at the end of this? Like, what is their goal and why they're saying this? It's important to know so you can see what they're fighting for. And this, the next one is kind of relates to that objective, but it's tactics. Tactics are actions or strategies you take to achieve your objective. I can't just be sitting, my goal this summer was to lose weight. I can't just be sitting here being like, I want to lose weight. I have to start going to gym or start training. So those are like actions. I have to, if Ariel always wants to get out of the sea, she can't just be singing. She has to fight for it. She has to find ways. She has to make friends, be friends with Scuttle, and talk to Scuttle about the human stuff. And it's so tactics are what you do to achieve your goal. It can be to attack, to charm, to inspire, to humiliate, to fight. Though all these things. As long as you're when you get assigned a monologue and you're going through, oh, this character, what do they want? They're trying to get this goal, and how are they trying to get it? What kind of action are they doing? What kind of strategy are they doing? Are they trying to trick someone? Are they trying to fight someone? Are they trying to make someone, like manipulate someone. There's all these different tactics that a character does to achieve their goal. And if not, it's not really, they're not really working hard to get their goal. They're just saying a goal they want, but not working it. And yeah. And the last one is conflicts. Um, this one is what are the obstacles in the way of obtaining the objective? Of course, say for example, going back to my diet example, I want my objective is to lose weight. My tactic is to go to the gym. But some of the conflicts can be, so there's two different conflicts. There's external conflicts and internal conflicts. External are the physical structure. So my physical external conflict can be, there is a really delicious cake right in front of me and I really want to eat it, but then I want to lose weight. But that's an external conflict. There's always a cake in front of me. But then internal conflicts can be something in your head. It's the inner demons. So for me, it can be, I'm too lazy. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to go to the gym. It's like inner conflicts that's messing up and not helping you get the goal you want to achieve. And in fact, it's getting in the way to get the goal you want to achieve. And for Ariel, it was her father, it was Ursula, these are the things. And she had inner conflicts too of, yeah, so conflicts are always important to know, so you know what is getting in the way of your character to get what they want. And usually sometimes in the monologue it can say, I want to do this, but this is stopping me. And that's like a conflict that you can see. So the next time you get assigned a monologue, or next time you just read a monologue for fun, you should go through all these steps to understand your character more, so you're not just reading through the monologue and you understand what this character really is trying to say, what emotions are they going through, and what's getting in their way, and what's the genre, so you're not making like a dramatic monologue into a comedy monologue, and you're not making a comedic monologue into a dramatic. And it's always important to go through these steps to understand your character more and to read the monologue more better. Thank you.